Welcome back everybody once again. Here we are at the final video of this competition. It's going to be the finale of WZ Sports Day Philly 2022 and it will be volleyball. Things got a lot more interesting after that basketball result where white team 3-0'd and solidly put themselves in contention for the title. Orange team still leads them by 1 game and red team trails orange by 2 games. So there are 3 teams that could reasonably have a shot here at winning the competition. So without further ado, let's get into the rules for volleyball before we get into the action. For volleyball, it's going to be an individual sport, so you're going to be seeing 6 games of every team facing off against every team to decide their own fate in this competition. The games are going to be 3v3, first to 15 points. The original plan was 25, we lowered it to 15 due to time constraints. And as far as the rules go, it's going to be the same as last time, except for the addition of a new rule where each server gets 1 fault per game. That means you're able to mess up 1 serve without it being a point and a turnover, but only 1 per game. So every service error after that is a turnover and a point for the enemy team. As you can see by those standings on the right there are going to be some important games in this set. So without further ado, let's kick off the action with game 1. That's going to be brown versus white. Game 1 getting started here. We've got brown team versus white team. White team really looking for a win here to keep their championship hopes alive, and brown team looking to play spoiler. They've already been mathematically eliminated from the competition. Nathan started things off there with a fault, and remember, as I said in the rules, each player gets 1 fault per game on serve, so it was not a turnover. White will get the first point of the game there on the second serve by Nathan as Tuck was unable to receive it. Now we'll be going for another serve here. Most likely the only person serving lefty here, and that one will drop right in as well. That's 2 points on the board for White to start things off. Some discussion going on the court, just trying to nail the rules and format down. That was a really nice serve by Nathan. Speck was able to receive it, but Brown was not able to return it. That'll be another service error though for Nathan. That one will be a point for Brown and a turnover. It'll get them on the board. Remember, it's 1 fault per game, as Tuck will start to serve for the brown team. Oh, goes for the ambitious jump serve. Not able to get it done, but that will be his fault, so maybe just playing a little risky there since he knew he had the fault to work with. Let's see what he opts to do. Off camera, unfortunately, a little bit. Goes for a safer serve that time, but unfortunately it is not a good one. That will not make it over the net, and that will be white team getting the point. And now they will be serving once again. Brawley now. Overhand. Speck's receive was a little wonky. Tuck's not able to handle it. Goes for the overhand receive this time. Smart. Brawley will go for the spike. It's deep. Oh, and it dunks in there. What a kill by Brawley there. Right on the line. Makeshift lines marked by the shit on the ground rather than just the entirety of the sandbox, since it was a lot of ground to cover. Wow, really nice serve there by Brawley. Angst not able to get it. White quickly has a 7-1 lead here in this game, so Brown's got their work cut out for them, and if you're White, you're sitting pretty right now. It's probably still going to be serving. Nice serve there. Speck able to handle it. Angst bumps it way up in the sky. It'll end up out of bounds on the other side. So brown team really having some trouble receiving these balls right now. Brawley's going to serve with an 8-1 lead. Speck handles it. Angst will get it over. Let's see what White does on the return. Nice little behind the back by Nathan, but Angst gets it back. Brawley with a crit. Wow, White team really played that well. Brawley with a crazy save, and then Grimace was able to just kind of spike it over. And now White's looking at a 9-1 lead. That was a hard-earned point by them there. Brown can't catch a break here in this game. Oh, nice return by Tuck, gets it right over, but Grimace as well gets it. And now we're looking with White again. Really nice sequence there by White team, but Brown receives it again. Tuck's going crazy now. We're looking at a really good rally here, and Brown's able to get the point there. That was really well, nicely played by both sides. Brown team comes away with the point. So now they trail 2-9. Still got their work cut out for them, obviously. Spec's going to come up to serve for the first time today. Way deep, but Brawley will receive it inbounds. Damn, Brawley with the crazy nice spikes in this game. As White team is looking stacked in volleyball right now. Some discussion on the court about rotations, but it was already well established before the event that volleyball was not going to have forced rotations, and that it would be free positions. Brown team almost receives that one, but they're not quite able to get it over. Now White leads by 10 points. It's 12-2. Brown team needs to get something going in a hurry. Spec will receive it. Anks has to go crazy for it. Tuck will bump it over. Nathan receives it. Brawley gets it over, and no one's there for the receive, so that will be another point going over to White, as they're having quite the great game for themselves here. 13-2. This is a stomp at the moment. Nathan now will serve it once again. Spec gets the receive. Oh, nice by Anks, but Brawley just kind of slaps it back over. Anks with the bump. Nathan not able to come up with it. That's going to be a point for the Brown team, as we'll cut ahead there due to a delay. Oh, a little bit of a mishap at the net there. Brown will get the point again. 2 straight for them, so they're getting a little bit going here. White, though, just needs 2 more points to close out this game. Brown, on the other hand, needs 11. Nice serve there, but Nathan and Brawley with an amazing receive, and Anks will unfortunately spike it way out of bounds there. So White's now on game point here. They've got 14. Let's see what Brown can do. Brawley will. Really strong serve, but Tuck with a great receive. Anks and Nathan with the ball at the net. Tuck will set it up for, oh, but there's some confusion, and that will be the game. Anks and Spec couldn't decide who was going to get it there. And that will be the 15th point for the White team. And that's game. Doobie limps on the field to celebrate with his team. It's a good captain right there, as White will come away with a 15-4 victory here. And a much-needed one, too. That will put them even in the win column with Orange as of right now. Obviously still half a game back, but that's a critical win for them. Game 2 now getting underway. It's going to be Orange versus Red. This is a really important game for both of these teams. For Red team, it's do or die. If they lose this game, they would be mathematically eliminated. As that is a great start for the Orange team. Wally with a nice play there to get them on the board early. And it'll be him serving as well to start. Red team with TK Howler and Eirik gonna have to set up for that serve. Oh, Howler's received. We'll get it out of bounds. So it'll be a service ace for Wally there. It's 2-0 Orange quickly. Orange team technically doesn't need to win this game, but it would certainly help their outlook. Oh, TJ not able to get that one over the net, so that'll now be 3-0 Orange.
Count.
As Red team is struggling early. Still, left side server not quite on the camera. Oh, really nice there by Eirik over the back, and Joe as well. And Eirik,
nice try, Joe.
Eirik sets it up into the sky, it lands over. Joe's not able to come up with it. So Red team will get on the board there. It's now 3-1 Orange. With a good serve, but oh, Wally will set it straight up. King might have actually been able to get to that, but would have been tough. Red team now got 2 on the board. Well, really nicely done there by Joseph. Behind the back bump just lands in bounds, so Orange now has got 4 points. King gonna serve now for the orange team. It'll be out of bounds though, that'll be a fault. His second one though will be received. Oh, Howler not able to complete the return there, so orange now leads at 5-2. Oh, King with the serve. Or Eirik a little overly ambitious there. And now orange leads at 6-2. So red team in a bit of a hole here. Howler will just set it over. Oh, Eirik hits the deck. TK with the spike, and that'll be a point. Cuts the lead down to 3. Because that was an eventful rally. Howler now will serve once again. Oh, really sharp. Wow, that was a great serve there by Howler. And another one, Joe receives it. King will be able to recover it, but oh, Wally's bump will not quite land over the net. So just like that, red only trails by 1 point. As they came back in a hurry. Howler with the deep serve might have been out. King to Joe. They get it over. Oh, Eirik's set. Good effort there as he hit the deck, but it ends up out of bounds. So orange will get the ball back, and they lead it 7-5. Joe will now be coming in to serve. It's some pretty good serves in Phoenix, as that will be a good one too, but Eirik with the nice return there, and orange is not able to get it back over, so red will now trail by 1 once again. Orange gets it back. Howler just kind of smacks it over there. I think the call is out. Yeah, the call's out, so orange gets the point. Tough break there for the red team. That was definitely really close. Wally back to serving.
Over. Tap.
He gets it. Eirik will... Oh, what a play by Eirik there. Wally hits the deck trying to return it. It's a good effort by him there. This has been a really tight game score-wise. Joe, unfortunately, will set it out of bounds on the return, so tie game now, 8-8. That serve was way too deep. I believe that'll be his fault, though, as far as I know. Oh, and a really low serve, and once again, they're not able to come up with it. These serves by Howler, they're underhand, but they really have some velocity and... Another one, and, I mean, this is starting to escalate a little bit. Red suddenly leads by 2 as Howler's getting on a roll here, serving. Wally sets it up to King, who gets it over. Howler goes for the spike on King. Oh, wow, what a play by King there. Just kind of dunks it in their faces. And now orange only trails by 1 point. Really anyone's game here. Red team's competition on the line. Howler will... Oh, and Eirik goes crazy for it, but it's not enough. And now we've got a tie game again, 10-10. As King will come on to serve. Oh! TK with the spike at the net. Wally tried to block it. Was no good. Now red leads again, 11-10. King sets it up. Oh. They're not able to return it. King sets it straight up. Wally, though, to Joe. Oh, and Howler, unfortunately, fell. And that will cost them. As orange gets a point back. This is a really close and intense game right now. Wally gonna come in to serve in this dire moment. TK sets it straight up. Howler will have it, and TK with the spike down, and that's another point there.
Every episode.
Red with 13 on the board, orange with just 11. It's first to 15, so we're really getting into the nitty gritty now.
This guy wrote the.
Alright, come on to serve. Oh, some confusion there between Joe and King, and Wally's getting frustrated. You can hear him. And now it's a game point, just like that. 14 to 11.
Only 8 minutes, it's fine.
Oh, and King's not able to receive it, so that'll be the game. Red team takes it by a score of 15 to 11 and keeps their competition alive. And orange and white are now tied for first. They're both sitting at 8 and 5. Red team is 1 game back of them at 7 and 6. This is getting very interesting, folks. Game 3 getting underway here now. We've got red team on the left and brown team on the right. Howler will start things off with his faults right away. This is also actually a must-win game for the red team. If they lose it here, they would be mathematically eliminated from first place contention due to the fact that one of orange and white is guaranteed to get 9 wins.
I just realized that when
at minimum.
you're serving from over there, you just cannot fucking see. I zoomed out.
As for brown team, they're going to try to play spoiler again. Red off though to a 2-0 lead real quick. Really nice receive there by Anks, and they'll get the point as a direct result. So 2 to 1 right now. Spec will get ready to serve for the brown team. I will receive it. Eric sets it up to TK, who's able to get over, and Tuck can't return it, so that'll be another point for the red team. Wow, what a serve by Howler. Completely froze them. They just did not even react, because we're going to jump ahead. Tuck maybe will return that one.
I couldn't stop because my shoes were
So red's starting to get into a groove here. Tuck will bump it up. Oh, and they're not able to return it. That's 3 hits.
I just step out of the car.
Flip him as you're running.
I will serve it once more. Tuck will try to receive it, and they're really not receiving these balls well right now, and red has gotten out to a big lead as a result. This is pretty similar to what happened to brown team in their game against white. Oh, that ball was going to be out, but Iric unfortunately ran into the grass to receive it, and brown team's got another point as a result. Nice serve by Spec, but TK will get over, and no one ready for the return. Oh, low serve by Howler. Already used his fault, so that's going to be brown team's ball. And a point for them as well. Oh, Howler. Oh, Iric bails him out there. TK tries to return that. Oh, and Hyric's just flying everywhere, but not able to save that one. So Brown's only down by 4 points right now, which is not too bad. 8 to 4 currently. Another nice serve by Spec, but Iric just gets it right back over, and it lands in bounds. So red now up 9 to 4 in this game. Spec with the return. Oh, TK's able to save it though. Oh, and he saves that one as well. And the spike just barely gets over the net. TK putting on display there as red will now lead at 10 to 4. Oh, nice receive by Spec, and Tuck will get over. Now they'll push it right back. Let's see if that gets over. It does, but Iric nearly onto the other side of the court. We'll get that one done there for the red team. Oh, really fucking sharp serve by Howler there. That's going to be another point for the red team. 12 to 4. That was another rip straight at Spec, and he's not able to return it. Howler definitely has a unique serving style, and it's been working out really well for him today.
They just start playing, we're still wrestling.
Oh, that one's too low though. That'll be another service error for him. That'll give Brown the point and the ball. Getting a little more reckless in this game, you can understand why with that lead. Serve. TK pushes it over. He's on the ground now as a result, and Tuck will take advantage and just spike it over to the empty spot on the court. So Brown's got 6 now. However, Red's got 2 points left until they would win. Howler's not able to return that, so Brown's actually getting something going here. Up to 7 points now. Oh, but Speck will serve that one straight into the ground. That's his fault though, so he'll get another try. Oh, and he serves that too far, it's out. That's crucial too, because that'll bring Red Team to game point. Pirate gonna serve here. Goes for the jump serve. It was a nice one too. Let's see if Brown can return it. And they do. Tiki will go for the point, and he will. That should end the game. But it does not, because we miscounted and thought that Red only had 14 at this point. So the game will continue as Eirik will go for the jump serve, and that's his fault. Go for the safer underhand serve this time. And Brown's not able to return it, so that'll be the 16th point for Red Team, and this one will actually end the game. Red Team takes it. A must-win game for them. They come through. That'll improve their record to 8-6. They are now tied in the win column with Orange and White. They have one more loss, though, which is critical at this point. Their next game is going to be a big one. And speaking of big games, here's a game that could potentially decide the competition. It's White Team versus Orange Team. As we got right into the action, by the way, Orange Team's already on the board with a point. Both these teams sit at 8 wins and 5 losses overall. The winner of this game will take sole possession of first place. It's not technically a do-or-die game for either of these teams due to the 2 games afterwards, but it is a game with huge implications nonetheless. As Wally gets ready to go for a jump serve there, not going to land though. And it was, his fault was already used too, so that's a point for White and a turnover. Nice serve by Nathan. He will just dunk that right in there for a point. Casper making his first appearance of the day in volleyball. And for Joe in this game, was not able to come up with that one. Nice return there by King. Just kind of shoves it back in their face. He likes that maneuver.
I heard someone say...
And King will serve here. Oh, Nathan's receives. Well, offline, Gross not able to get to it. Orange leads at 4-2. That was a nice play by Casper there. Almost looked like a fake set into just a dump over and barely landed in bounds. That one, however, will not. King will serve it out. I think that was his fault, though, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'll have another chance here. Well, that unfortunately for Orange will be a point for White and turnover. 2 of White's points out of their 3 have been on faulty serves by Orange. Well, tough one there. You could see Wally's frustration as that ball looked like it was going out, but King stopped it from going out. And it'll be White's point instead as a direct result. Wally sets it up to Casper, who sets it back. Wally ends up getting the kill. Premise one for the block. Not going to land it. Casper now will be serving for the first time. That will unfortunately be his fault right away. We'll land that one though. Brawly with the receive. Oh, nice by Grimace. But oh, Wally sends it right back in the same fashion. So Orange will take the point and lead it 7-4. Sends it back. Casper as well though. Brawly with the receive. It will just go straight over and King can't come up with it. So White's got 5 points now. So Orange is 7. Got a close game here. What a serve by Nathan. Well, he does receive it though, but oh, he's not able to come up with the ball after King's hit. Now White comes within 1 point. Nice kill by King there off of Wally's set. Orange up 8-6 now. Let's see what happens. Nice serve by Wally. Brawly with the receive though. Nurse just dumps it right over. So point for White team. White team looked really good all day. Orange has looked pretty good too. And they currently lead this game still. Oh, what a serve by Brawly. Wally not able to get that one. It just lands in the middle there between all of them. Tie game now, 8-8. Another strong one, but Casper will save that one. Wally sends it over, but it's out of bounds, so White now will take the lead, 9-8. They've turned this game around in a hurry. And we saw a similar story in Orange Team's last game against Red, where they led big early, but then the enemy came back. That's the fault. Cut ahead. We'll get that one over. Oh, nice spike by Brawly, but Casper just sends it right back. And then Nathan with the nice spike. Wow. What a rally that was. And White now leads at 10-8. Brawly will serve again. He's had some nasty serves. That'll be another one, but King will send it back over. Oh, and Nathan and Brawly with some miscues there. They both went for it, and ball ended up in no man's land afterwards as a result. So Orange cuts the deficit to 1. This is a really good game we've got going here. Super competitive. King sends it over. Oh, and Grimace is not able to return it, so that'll tie up the game. King with the service ace there. 10-10 in an extremely crucial game here. Brawly will go for the spike. Oh, and he can't get it over. And just like that, Orange takes the lead now. It's 11-10. Brawly will try to receive it. Oh, and he receives it off the track. That's Orange taking a 12-10 lead now. They've gotten a lot of consecutive points. White needs it to answer quick if they want to win this game. That'll be out of bounds, and King's fault had already been used, so White will take the point. A lot of points for White in this game coming off of missed serves by Orange. Might come back to bite them, as White trails only by 1 point now. Nice serve by Nathan, and Casper cannot return it, so it's tie game, just like that. I said White team needed an answer, and they've answered quickly. It's 12-12. Wow, what a serve by Nathan. Holy smokes, you really can't fault King or the Orange team for that one. That was just an insane serve, as White team will take a 13-12 lead now. King will put it up, Wally will bump it over. Brawly with the nice kill there, and Casper's not able to return it, and now White's on game point, just like that. 4 points in a row for White, and now it's game point. That one will be just out of bounds, and that'll be the fault for Nathan. So it will not be turned over or a point for Orange. Now Nathan will get a second chance. Let's see what happens. King returns it. Oh, and Wally's not able to get to it. And that's going to be the game. King's receive was just a little too deep. Wally was not able to follow up on it. And White takes an extremely crucial game. What a win by White team. They, for for the first time in this tournament, have sole possession of first place. They improve the record to 9-5. Orange falls to 8-6. Here we go, Game 5. It's red team versus white team. In a critical game here. If white team wins this game, they will be the sole winners of Sports Day. It would put them to 10 wins, which neither red nor orange would be able to reach. If red team wins this game, it would put them in a tie for first with white team, and orange would be on the outside looking in with a chance to join the tie if they beat brown. So either way here, this is going to be an extremely important game, as Howard will get his fault early. Nathan unfortunately not able to receive that ball. That will give red team a 2-0 lead. Things are going to get intense quickly here with so much on the line. Nathan will make a nice receive there. He dug it out. Oh, and look at that at the net. TK versus Grimace. TK comes away with it that time. Red will take a 3-0 lead. Nice receives by Brawley and Nathan there. Howler's on the ground, and White will take advantage. Grimace gets it in there. 3-1. Anything we've seen today, these games can turn around in a hurry. Nice serve by Brawley there, and Howler is not able to come up with it, so White now trails by just 1.
You can see him on the right. Oh my god, he's got the ball right.
Brawley's been serving really well today. Well, Iric gets in there. Oh, Brawley touched the ball. That would have been out of bounds. So that's a lucky break for the red team there as TK picks up the kill, and that will be 4-2 in favor of red team now. It's tough to make those snap decisions to try and decide whether a ball is in or out. Speaking of which, that ball's going to drop in. Howard thought it was out. White team gets their 3rd point of the game. Nathan to serve now. Oh, Iric and TK not able to get it back over. So it's tied up at 4 now. Oh, weird situation there. The serve hit the net, barely got over. TK was able to retrieve it, and then Iric got it over nicely. So red team leads at 5-4. Iric now to serve. Nice serve by him there, but a nice receive by Nathan, and Brawley with the spike, but it's out of bounds, so red will take a 6-4 lead. Iric to serve once more. Looks pretty identical so far. Nathan, though, will not be able to get that over. So red now is building a bit of a lead here. They're up 7-4. White team's going to need to answer quick, as Grimace will hit that out of bounds, so red now up 4 points. 8-4 here, as red is trying to make a miraculous comeback in this competition. White will be able to get that over. That'll be inbounds. Nicely played by white team there. 8-5 in favor of red. White team also in the process of making a miraculous comeback in this tournament. They were 4-5 at a point, and are now 9-5. That means they've won their last 5 games straight. Nice kill by TK there. It was an insanely good effort by Brawley too to get that receive. He hit the deck and almost got it, but nevertheless, red team now up 9-5. Iric had been serving well. That'll be his fault though. Brawley gets nailed by the ball there. We are entering a critical point in this game. Eirik will go for the safe underhand, and it was pretty nice. However, White will get it over, and that'll land in bounds too. Really nicely placed by Grimace there. So it'll be 9-6 now. Nathan will be serving. Nice serve by him. TK receives it. Howler hits it over. Nathan and Brawley will receive it as well. Eirik hits it right back over, and it's in there. Well placed by Eirik. No one was covering that side of the court. And now Howler will be back up to serve. Brawley to Grimace. Oh, and Howler hits the deck, and Grimace will again place it extremely well. That was just in there. 10-7 now. White team by no means is out of this game. They're hanging in there well. Nice serve by Brawley, and TK was not able to handle it. Howler just grabs it and throws it in. That's not going to slide, though. That will be 8 points for White now. This game's really close. Oh, Howler tries to get it. TK will hit it over, but it's out of bounds. So now White team trails by just 1 point. Red team are struggling to receive these Brawley serves, and that'll be the case there too, as TK can't come up with it. In the crucial moments of this game, there's some faltering going on the side of the red team. TK and the others need to get it together, as we now have a tie game on our hands when Red was leading comfortably before. Howler will receive that, but Eirik can't get it over. TK with the valiant effort there, not going to happen. White team now leads this game, so they have turned this game around in a hurry. Comes to serve once more. That one's going to be out of bounds though, but I believe that was his fault. So Brawley will have another chance here.
Such true.
11-10 White. Here comes the serve. Oh, and that one will be the turnover and a point for Red, so big break for them. Fowler will serve it. Probably with the receive. Nathan not able to get it over there. He tried to go for the behind the back set over the net, and it did not land, so Red now takes the lead once more, 12-11. Nathan's bump is offline, but Brawley's able to save it. Nathan gets it over. That looked like it was going out, and that actually will turn the tables. White team gets the point there. That's a tough break there for the red team. Well played by White, though, and it's tied up at 12. This is an intense game. Nathan to serve. Gets it over. Eirik just boots it out of there. White now leads at 13-12. Oh, and not able to make it. And I'll turn it over to red team with the point. Howler now to serve. Oh, and it just gets it over, and that's a point for red team, and just like that, Red's on game point. Here's the serve, and Nathan's not able to come up with it, and that's inbounds, and just like that, red team has won the game, and they have tied up White in the overall standings for first place, and now both of those teams are guaranteed in the tie for first. Red team improves to 9-6, White team falls to 9-6. And if orange team beats brown, we could be looking at a three-way tie for first, which is insane. And now it's time for the final game of Sports Day. It's going to be orange team versus brown team in volleyball. Both are looking for their first volleyball win of the day. And for orange, there's a much bigger stake in that if they win this game, they'll go 9-6 and be involved in a three-way tie with the white team and red team. Brown, on the other hand, is just looking to play spoiler here and get their first volleyball win. I'm not entirely sure what this discussion is about, but it will be brown team getting the first point of the game. Nice return by orange, but They're not going to return it that time, so Brown up 2-0 in a hurry. And this is a good sign for the Brown team, because so far today, they've had really slow starts to their games, where they've struggled to get going early. That would be Angst's fault. But, we'll have another chance here. You can see everyone piled up on the sidelines, talking about what has just transpired and what's going to transpire in the case of a three-way tie. Brown team in the meantime is up 3-0 in this game. Make that 4-0. That was a nice sequence by Speck and Tuck there. So Orange's got to get their shit together quick here, or they could end up getting third place in the competition, which would just be insane given the position that they were in after kickball. 5-0 for the Brown team. Wally just sends it right over, and Angst isn't able to receive it, so Orange will get their first point of the game there. And Wally's going to serve. He just slams it out of there. We'll cut ahead. That was his fault. So not going to count against them. Instead, they'll get the point. So 2-5.
I was taking 10 years trying to kick him off.
I was like prepping up waiting for you.
Nice serve there. But they do get it over. Let's see if Orange can return it. Nice kill by Joe there. That was a nice spike.
By Joe.
So Orange team's starting to find it here as they trail by just 2 points now. Nice serve by Wally there, and Angst somehow ended up catching it while trying to bump it.
Good boy.
So Orange just 1 point behind now. Another good serve by Wally. Let's see if Brown can return it. They will not do so. Tie game now, just like that, 5-5. Orange erases their deficit in a flash. Wally will still be serving, so let's see what he can do. Really nice serve there, and Brown once again cannot receive it, and this is sort of the problem we saw propping up for them in the previous games, was they would just go on these runs of not being able to receive the ball and return it. Really nice serve by Wally there, my goodness. Can't blame Tuck for not being able to return that one. That was a bullet. Orange now leads at 7-5. They're probably feeling a bit more comfortable now. Because you gotta keep in mind, the pressure is on for them in this game. Oh, that was a brutal sequence. It bounces off Angst into Tuck's face, and Orange leads at 8-5. 8 unanswered points for the Orange team. Good effort there by Tuck and Angst, but they're not able to get over. We'll cut ahead. Speck unfortunately gets it out of there. We'll cut ahead again. 10 unanswered points for the Orange team, but that will be out of bounds, and Wally already used his fault, so it'll be Brown team getting the point.
I'm gonna win. I'm a competitor.
10 points in a row for the Orange team before that, but Brown team still does only trail 4. So they're still in this game for sure, and that Joe will not be able to get that one over. So 10-7 now. As Brown closes the gap a little bit more. Nice serve by Angst, almost. I couldn't tell from the angle. That went out of bounds. So Orange will take that point, and they'll lead 11-7. King to serve. And that's going to drop in there. That will be in. Nice serve by King. Brown was fooled. 12-7 Orange. Tuck bumps it up in the air. They should be able to return this. And they do, nicely. But Orange also returns it nicely. And we've got ourselves a rally going now. Tuck will bump it up. Anks will get it over. King sets it up. Wally gets it over. Tuck to Anks. Oh, and Anks flubs it. We'll cut ahead again. King, that'll be his fault. Orange up 13-7, so now it's looking pretty grim for the brown team. Because Orange is just 2 points off of a victory, and they're not able to return it. And, okay, well, it looks like that's game, so I guess there was a miscount. That's 14-7 in favor of Orange. Honestly, it looked like they were most likely going to win that game either way, so not a big deal, but there was a bit of a miscount there. Either way, Orange team takes a much-needed win and gets themselves in that three-way tie with White team and Red team. It's honestly unbelievable that it's turned out like this. Before we get into the final awards ceremony, we're going to take a quick look at the volleyball stats, as well as the volleyball leaderboards, where you can see how each player stacked up in each of these categories. And then, of course, the Player of the Game awards. There are 6 games, so we've got 6 of them this time around. In Brown versus White, I went with Brawley. He had 4 kills at a 100% kill ratio, so we had no errors in this game, as well as 7 serves with 3 service aces, so he was doing it all in this game. In Orange versus Red, I went with Haller. He played a really nice backline and was an incredible server in this game especially. He had 12 serves and 9 service aces, so 9 of Red's 15 points were coming off of Haller's serves. In Brown versus Red, I went with TK, 4 kills with an 80% kill percent. So just 1 mistake. Had some really nice plays in this game. In White versus Orange, I went with Nathan, primarily because at the end of the game, he was just on fire. He had 7 serves this game. 5 of them were service aces, so he was serving the ball really well, and especially at the end of this game where he clutched up, and it was big for White team. In Red versus White, I went with Eirik. He was playing really nicely in this game, really just passed the eye test in my opinion, but he also was doing stuff on both sides. He had 3 kills, so he was playing nice frontline, but he also played well in the serving role. He had 4 serves and 3 of those were service aces, so he had a really great game here. And then finally, in Orange versus Brown, I went with Wally. He really just took over this game. Brown started with a 5-0 lead, then Wally just went on a tear with his serves. He had 10 serves, 8 of them service aces, as well as 2 kills and a 2-for-3 ratio. So those are the players I chose for Volleyball's Player of the Game awards. So now it's time for an overview of the event. The first sport was soccer, where Red team took first place with a 3-0 start, and each other team went 1 and 2 respectively. Next up was wiffle ball, where Orange team went 3-0 and got first place, White team went 2 and 1 and got second, Red team 1 and 2 for third, and Brown team went 0 and 3 for fourth place. Then it was kickball, where Orange team went 3-0 again to get first place, and every other team went 1 and 2 respectively. That leads us into basketball, where White team showed up big time, going 3-0 on the day, while every other team went 1 and 2 each. And then finally volleyball, which you just saw. Red team clutched up and went 3-0 in volleyball, whereas White team got second place with a 2-1 record, Orange team third at 1 and 2, and Brown team last 0 and 3. And that leaves us with our final standings. We had a 3-way tie between White team, Red team, and Orange team, all at 9 and 6, and Brown team in fourth place with a 3-12 record. And this is it, folks. This is your final result. We didn't play a 3-way tiebreaker, which I'll get more into later. So these are your final WZ Sports Day Philly 2022 standings. And here's also a look back at all the Player of the Game awards divvied up across each sport. Special shout out to Brawley, Wally, Joseph, and Eirik for each winning 3 Player of the Game awards, as well as Haller and TK for winning 2 Player of the Game awards. So this is going to conclude the 3rd iteration of WZ Sports Day in dramatic fashion, as we saw with the way the standings shook out at the end there. It was a great event overall, tons of fun, definitely an improvement from the last Sports Day without a doubt. Not doing the tiebreaker is kind of a bummer, but also understandable given the circumstances. There were a lot of injuries this time around, you know, between Doobie injuring his foot badly and being out for over half the event. Eirik hurt his foot early on. I injured my leg, Tuck hurt his wrist, among other things. We had pretty bad injury luck this time around, but that'll happen sometimes. And also, to play the tiebreaker, we would have had to do it on a third day, which some people didn't want to do, which, you know, I get, because people wanted to do other things too in our limited amount of time and didn't want sports to take up another half day, full day, or however long it would have taken to play out the three-way tiebreaker. I surprisingly did actually have a three-way tiebreaker scenario prepared for if it did happen, which I'm just going to put down in the description for if you're curious rather than detailing it here. It would have been 2 games minimum, more likely 3, and potentially up to 6 or more in a worst case scenario. So I definitely get why some people were adamant about not doing it on a third day. It does feel a little weird to leave it in a 3-way tie, but we didn't want to have some arbitrary tiebreaker like head-to-head records or plus-minus differential or like ping pong or something, so we just left it as it is. But hey, at the end of the day, the most important thing isn't winning, it's about having fun. And who knows, maybe at a future meetup we will settle this with some epic 3-way tiebreaker. Probably won't happen at the next one, just based on who I think is going to come to the next meetup right now, but you never know. So with all that said, your winners are Orange Team featuring King, Wally, Joseph, and Casper, White Team featuring Doobie, Brawly, Grimace, and Nathan, and Red Team featuring Howler, TK, Iric, and Nee. Brown Team featuring Angspec and Tuck unfortunately comes in 4th place, but shout out to them as well. And a big shout out to RCP and Edison for doing the camera work throughout the event. That's going to do it for WZ Sports Day Philly 2022. I put a lot of effort into the videos this time around, so I hope you enjoyed them. Be sure to like these videos or leave a comment down below to show your support. The next WZ Sports Day is slated to happen in January, so look forward to that, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks again for watching.